I was today years old when I found out players are required to attend voluntary practice. What is going on, Ravens flock? My name is Drastic, and I want to welcome y'all to another video on my YouTube channel, Flocking Ravens. Where you already know, on this channel, we talk about anything and everything that has to do with your Baltimore Ravens. And on today's video, we're going to be talking about Lamar Jackson not attending voluntary training camp. And now, here is my issue with this, right? Because I cannot fully make a decision on, okay, I'm on this side or that side. Because I am 50-50 on this topic, right? I feel like Lamar Jackson, for a couple of reasons, should be in voluntary training camp, right? But I also have a couple very solid reasons why I'm okay with him not going. Okay, so let me get more into that, right? So let me start off with why I'm okay with him not attending training camp, right? Um, I guess not necessarily okay, but why I can respect it, right? Because at the end of the day, this is voluntary, right? It's not a requirement. You don't have to be there. So I cannot tell you guys from my past jobs how many times I've haven't gone to voluntary X, Y, and Z. Sometimes it's a voluntary like party, training, whatever. I've skipped many, and that has not stopped me from performing great in my job, right? Now, if it's a requirement, that's different, right? Now, there you have more room to kind of judge, criticize, whatever you want to do, right? But when it's something voluntary, you shouldn't do that, right? And at the end of the day, we all have opinions, but I feel like a lot of Ravens fans are not just leaving it at just an opinion. They're going as far as criticizing him, where they're saying, he's irresponsible, he's selfish, he's this and that and whatever. Him not going to voluntary training camp does not mean he's selfish, irresponsible, greedy, none of that, right? All that means is that he's taking full advantage of his off season. It's like you guys wouldn't get mad at your coworker for not working on inventory while they're at home, right? That just sounds ridiculous to me. Like I'm only gonna work on that while I'm at work. I'm not gonna do that on my days off, right? Um, so with that, that's how I feel about that. A lot of you guys are getting upset at him for literally taking advantage of his days off because right now it's off season. That's what it is. It's like to people who have jobs, it's like your days off, right? Or paid vacation, whatever you want to call it. That's what it is right now. So he's taking advantage of that, right? And I support that because everybody needs time off. Whatever job you do, you have to every now and then take some time off to kind of have your mental health in check, right? Because we cannot live our whole life working, 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 working with no breaks because that's only going to put you in a dark place. Everybody needs some sort of break. At one point of your in your career, you just gotta take that break, right? And the NFL has that for players, right? Obviously, because you're not playing games all year round, right? So during your off season, that's when players take advantage of getting their mentals right, spending time with family, because you guys got to keep in mind these players, they're not robots, they have families too, they have friends, loved ones, partners, relationships, all that, right? So and Lamar Jackson, I mean, he has a daughter. I can relate with that. On my days off, I don't want to be working, 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 working whole time while I could be spending time with my kids, right? So he's the same. You got to keep that in mind. He is going to want to spend time with his kids and family. He's going to want to maybe visit his mom, because you guys don't know what's going on behind the scenes, right? What if mom's is going through something, or his brother, or whatever, right? So you gotta let him do that, and you have to respect it, right? Just like how you would expect people to respect your time off, you gotta respect his as well, right? Because I wouldn't want Lamar Jackson to return just because he's pressured to and his mentals are not right. Because he'll physically be there, but his mind is going to be somewhere else, right? So you don't want that in any player, not just Lamar Jackson, but any player. So I feel like they need to take this time off to get their mentals right, um, get all their, because everybody likes to do other hobbies too. I mean, just like me, I have football. I love watching football, but I have other hobbies too. I like music, DJing. I enjoy going to the casino every now and then. So you have different hobbies, right? So everything cannot just be one thing, because eventually then you grow like tired of it, right? You just get tired of the same thing over and over and over, and then that's how a lot of people lose interest. And there are some players that even retire because they're like, you know what, I lost interest in the game, right? So you don't want that to be a Lamar Jackson where all he does is eat, sleeps, and breathes football. So whatever he likes to do, because there are some people out there criticizing, oh, but he's not even with his family. He's on a boat. He's at a club. He's going to fights, boxing matches, whatever. Let him. We all need to get that every now and then. We need to get it out of our system, because you guys know the moment football season starts, you don't hear Lamar Jackson drama. You don't hear him about, oh, he's playing video games or he's doing X, Y. You don't hear none of that. He commits 100%. So you guys need to let him do what he wants to do right now, so that he can come mentally prepared when it's required for him to come back to the facility, right? So I rather a prepared Lamar, like he has everything out of his system ready to work, rather than, oh, I'm not fully ready, but I'll just go ahead and do it because everybody's telling me I should. So now let me tell you guys my reasons for why I would like for him to have been there in voluntary training camp from the very beginning. Again, like I told you guys, this is voluntary, right? Let's always keep that in mind. He does not have to be there. So why I would have liked it is because, number one, it's a brand new offense coordinator, right? Last year, I would totally understand, because you already know the playbook, you already know the coaches, your players, and all of that, right? So I could understand why you don't go for voluntary, right? Even the year before that, same thing. But this year, it's a brand new offense coordinator, and by when I say it's a brand new, obviously because it's a new, but it's also the mindset that this coach has is very different from a Greg Roman. I'm sure Lamar has questions about certain plays in the playbook, so it would be very good for him to attack this early on and better understand, this new coach's playbook, right? The second reason I would have liked for him to be there is because we have a brand new wide receiver, right? A number one, not number one pick, a first round pick. So that being Zay Flowers, right? And it's something to be excited about, because Zay Flowers is definitely not a scrub. Zay Flowers is the truth. All right. He's a baller. So you want to put in work with him early on, so that you guys build some sort of chemistry together, right? Because let's be honest, the moment OBJ comes in the facility, all eyes are going to OBJ. Rashad Bateman, Mark Andrews, right? So you're not gonna get much practice with Zay Flowers. Obviously, you're not gonna put Zay Flowers to the side, but now you have to share some of that attention with those other people, right? Those big names. So right now, it's a perfect opportunity to put only attention on the Zay Flowers, connect better with him. That way, when all these other players come and you have to share the attention, pass the ball around literally to everybody, right? You already practice with the Zay Flowers, so you're gonna feel comfortable. Like, all right, I kind of have an idea of how he likes his routes, how deep is too deep and not deep enough, right? So you want to that way we don't have that issue of like, oh, he overthrew Zay Flowers or underthrown him, whatever. You want to practice this early on, but you won't be able to when you have to worry about obviously OBJ as well. And then you have to keep your thing with Mark Andrews and Rashad Bateman too. He's gonna be like, yo, I'm coming off an injury. I'm ready to work. Let's do this because he's gonna require some attention too. He's gonna be like, it can't all be OBJ. You got, work with me too, right? So that's I I think that's one of my main reasons why I feel like I would have liked for him to have been there for voluntary training camp. But nonetheless, I'm very confident that Lamar Jackson will go back during mandatory training camp, and I feel like he's gonna be able to just pretty much jump right in. And I'm sure Lamar Jackson will be able to connect once all these pieces come into the field with the Zay Flowers and the rest of the wide receiver core. So I'm not stressed about it. I'm not too stressed about it. It would have been nice, but I'm not stressed about it. So yeah, that's my point of view on this topic because, like I said, I see a lot of people on social media bashing Lamar Jackson for not going to voluntary training camp and also taking it a step further with the insults. Right? I don't think it's that deep, right? Because there's a lot of other quarterbacks who didn't go, a lot of players who didn't go, and that doesn't mean that they're not, they don't respect the team, that they're irresponsible or whatever you guys are saying, right? It means none of that. All it means is they're taking advantage of their off season. That's it, right? And even like that, you see Lamar Jackson still training um, in Florida or wherever he's at currently, right? He's training, and I even saw what's his name, Nelson Aguilar. He's training with him too, so he is putting in work, and I appreciate that. Whatever he's doing behind the scenes with his family, friends, whatever he's doing, he's still putting in work with his team, with his craft. He's trying to improve, right? So how can you get upset at that? You can't. You can't, right? We would have liked for him to go, but I don't see it as a big, huge issue. I don't see it being that deep because you guys are making it way too deep. And this isn't for everybody because not everybody is attacking Lamar. Some people are giving their opinion that they would have liked for him to gone, but they leave it at just that, which I could respect that too, right? I feel that both sides should just respect each other's opinion because at the end of the day, it's their off season, right? I've even seen people talk bad about OBJ because he just got paid and he should be in the building. First one, he should be first one in the building, is what I read something like that. That OBJ should be the first one in the building before the coaches and all of that. And I don't agree with that. I mean, you would want him to be there, but you can't expect him to do that just because he got paid. It's his day off. Like I said earlier, it's his day off pretty much, right? Paid vacation, whatever. You can't tell him, oh, come back earlier because we need help. I know you're off, but we need extra help, so you should be here. You're not gonna get paid for anything, but you should be here. No, that's not how that works, right? So I can respect if you kept it as an opinion. I would have liked for him to gone, this and that and whatever. But as far as saying like you just got paid, you're very selfish. You don't need to do all that. So I think the flock needs to really calm it down. It's not that deep. We're still gonna have a successful season. All right. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Leave a comment down below where you stand on this. And like I said, please don't leave comments of, oh no, Lamar is this and that, or OBJ, or anyone who didn't go. It's not that deep, guys. I just want to know where you guys feel your opinions. That's it. That's all I want to know. Your opinions, don't get personal. All right? It's not that deep. Leave your opinions down below. Make sure to like and subscribe to this channel. And one more thing before we go, I want to give a big shout out to every single subscriber. I just made a video yesterday that we reached 100 subscribers, and now we're at 200. So shout out to y'all, man. 200 subscribers, like in 100 more subscribers in one day. That's amazing. That's all y'all. Like I said, this isn't just my channel, my success. No, I only made the videos, but it's you guys, the ones liking, subscribing, and coming back to these videos. So shout out to each and every one of y'all, and I'll see you on the next one.
Baltimore!